they always whisper in the back of my head to go back to basics. And I want to start by sharing what does that mean from my guide's perspective to go back to basics. It means drop into the present moment. Drop into the present moment, connect to your energy, connect to who you are, breathe it into your heart, send it up to the cosmos, breathe it into your heart and send it down to Mother Earth. There is nothing more important than our connections. The connections is what makes everything flow. When we are feeling out of balance and disconnected, and a half off plumb is my favorite saying, when we're feeling that, it's because there's something that's stuck in the energy. So I want to start with some things that they have taught me to do that just help me. They're part of day-to-day life. They have said to me to get in the habit of cleaning my energy and drawing my energy back to me, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. They said, do it like you brush your teeth. Do it like you brush your teeth. Do it every single day in the morning, because then it doesn't take as much of a conscious effort to do it. Okay. So we're going to start by just taking some breaths, just breathe into your heart. And when I breathe into my heart, I picture that space. Joe Dispenza is a great proponent of talking about the power of the space within us, the space around us. That's when we can find consciousness. So let's breathe into our heart and picture a big cloud of space in our chest. Just breathe right in. Picture that space opening up. And for me, I picture the night sky, that beautiful night sky, and then just let it out. And then breathe it in and let it out. When we breathe that energy into our chest, next, we're going to send it down to Mother Earth. So breathe it in and send it down with your grounding. Send it down with your intention. Follow the energy down from your heart down into the center of the earth. And I am hearing some noise, and so I'm wondering if somebody's not muted. Maybe new ones that have come on board aren't muted. Yep. No, looks like everybody is. Holy camoly, we've grown. Yay. Okay. So take a breath in. We're going to breathe that energy into our heart, and then we're going to send it down to Mother Earth. A beautiful, I love to picture my root chakra like the roots of a tree, just going into Mother Earth, holding Mother Earth, holding to that beautiful, hugging that beautiful Mother Earth energy. And then breathe that energy back up again and send it to the cosmos, like the branches of a tree, the beautiful branches of a tree, reaching out in all directions, just welcoming that beautiful energy in. And that just breathing down to the earth, into your heart, up to the cosmos, into your heart, down to the earth. That simple action is powerful. It is so, so powerful. And when people are pissing you off, sneak off into the bathroom and just take a couple of those breaths. And it is so powerful. So when you do that beautiful, you've connected to that energy, then it's time we're going to call our angel team. We're going to ask our angel team to help us clean our energy. They have shown me our bubble of energy that we all are very aware of. We have our aura. They have shown it to me like they use a lot of pictures in my mind. They've shown me the globe, the thing on Beauty and the Beast, the cartoon Beauty and the Beast. You know, that glass dome that's over them. They picture that glass dome over you, but it closes underneath your feet. And on the outside of that dome, when you walk by somebody or you have an interaction and it's crabby and there's that Aki energy, it will grab onto your aura. I didn't understand that. They have shown me this in multiple ways because I was not good at understanding this particular concept. I thought it was a bit woo-woo and hokey, to be honest. But we are like energetic sponges walking in this world that is full of energy along the entire continuum of energy. So think of those muddy handprints on the outside. And if there's only 1 or 2 muddy handprints, it's pretty easy to clean them right off. But if the mud is caked and caked and caked, it's going to take a friggin' fire hose to clean it off and a hell of a lot more energy. So do this every day, and maybe use the fire hose if you need to get yourself started if you've never done this practice. So the way to do this practice again is the power of your intention. Bring that power, breathe it in, and that's always how you connect. It's always how you come to the magic of the present moment. Breathe it in. And then rub your hands together and just kind of, it's almost like you're cleaning them off. You just clean them off a little bit, and then picture that those, if you want to picture a fire hose coming out of your hands with power, with intention, and we wash. And I would do this standing up, but I would wash the outside. I would just shower, and I would picture the mud. I'd picture the energy rolling right down, rolling down. And Mother Earth gladly receives it. And I would wash. And I just would roll. And sometimes if I'm feeling particularly icky, if I've had a bad interaction or whatever, I might take my hands and go, just kind of throw it right down. Just throw it right down with my intention. Anything that I would say, anything that doesn't belong to me, anything that's not for my highest good, let me release it. Let me let it go. Thank you, Mother Earth, for accepting my offering. Thank you for taking this from me. And you just do it until you feel, and you'll feel a lifting, and you'll feel that beautiful lifting. So now you've got your energy clean. Now you need to call your energy back. Because every time we have an interaction with the world, with one of our thoughts, with a television show, anything, everything is energy, you guys. When we are in the world exchanging, we lose little pieces of our own energy. We lose little bits. And so it's like, because that's what those handprints are that's on our energy field, it's somebody else's energy. So now we take our intention, we breathe into that beautiful heart space, and we just ask that all that is mine come back to my center, all that is mine for my highest good, all that is mine for my highest good, all my energy that I have lost, I call it back to myself at this time. I call it back to me at this time. And you accept it. You just bring it in. My jaw's starting to go with, even as we do that. We're connecting ourselves. We are cleaning our energy. We are bringing our energy back. And now it's like we've got a clean slate to face our day. And I can promise you will feel a difference as you go into your day with that. I love the movement from Donna Eden. I'm going to plant her name out there. She's wonderful. And she has a morning routine that I've done over the years before my awakening. And she had, and I've got a video on my YouTube site that shows that movement of going up like this and then back to center and up like that. Again, it's a tip, trick, hack. It helps. When you're just feeling like you can't let it go, you're feeling all stuck, just bring it to center and push up to the cosmos and down to the earth and come back to your center, up and out and back. And you just do that until, for me, I'll get goose pimply all over. I will feel that energy. And then it's like, oh, it's like a cosmic shower of love. It just feels so, so, so good. So that is the way for us to connect to our energy, clean our energy, bring ourselves to center and ground. And I cannot stress grounding enough. Grounding is something that I have never been very good at doing. I've known about it for a long time, but I've never understood the necessity of it. To me, my connection with spirit was from here to here. And I thought that was it. Until Mother Earth came tapping on my shoulder back in October and I brought her through. She came through me. I channeled Mother Earth, and it was incredible. I have put the whole transcribed that experience into my second book, Establishing Your Frequency. And let alone anything else that's in that book, it's worth reading that book just for that chapter. It really is phenomenal. And I can tell you it was phenomenal to live it. And I don't want to sound braggy about that, but she was just, that energy was friggin' incredible. And what she taught me was incredible. But one of the most important aspects that she taught me, she showed me this visual in my mind, which they do quite a lot. All the guides, the angels, the whole of them. That's how it's telepathy. They do pictures and words and knowings and pixie dust. That's how they get these things through to me. She showed me the human, and she was showing me like the crust of the earth. And she showed the human embedded into their heart, up to their heart chakra in Mother Earth. And that the heart chakra and up is the connection to the cosmos, and the heart chakra and down is the connection to Mother Earth and the energy and the infinity that is Mother Earth. She explained to me that until I worked on and nurtured and created my own personal relationship, developed my personal relationship with Mother Earth, that I was going to be stuck where I was. And quite frankly, at the time, I'm like, I mean, how much more unstuck did I want to be? But it truly has been incredible. And she said she was preparing me for the angels coming through and teaching me about the chakra system, which is a whole other thing. I'm gonna talk about that another day, but you guys are all familiar enough with me to know that I had a team of angels come through that wrote a chapter of the book about each one, starting above my head and starting below us. There were 9 of them, 9 angels that came through and gave me information for my second book about the relationship between us and our chakra system, how to utilize it for our highest good. And it's very, very powerful, but it doesn't work without the connection to Mother Earth. So these people who do all of those chakra meditations, like me, not that I did many of them, but if I did, I never went below my sacral chakra and pushed that energy down. And that is so important, because that is what helps us as we navigate. We are on the earth. You know, when I meet one-on-one with people, I'm always saying, if we were meant to live in nirvana, we wouldn't have chosen to come to planet Earth. We chose this experience. We knew there was duality. We knew that there was the continuum of time and emotions. The only emotion that is throughout the entire galaxy and beyond is love. They have shown me that the continuum of emotion that we experience here on planet Earth is a human experience. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because our emotions are a physiological response. We get frightened and the hormones all release and the chemicals all release. And then we are overwhelmed with those feelings. Think about anxiety. Think about, fear, anger. All of those are driven by chemicals in our body. And so but the love is not. The love is the isness. The love is the isness. The love is where you can sit in the present moment with shit raining around you, and you can be okay. And you can find that place of compassion. You can find that place of love, because you're connected. Because you're connected to Mother Earth, because you're connected to the cosmos, to the angels, to your guides, all that is that side, which is all one and all right here. And all right here. I want to talk a little bit. I'm looking at this. There's not a thing written on it. Talk to your guides is what it says. I keep looking at it because it's the teacher in me that usually has a plan, but they just dropped into my mind. Give me just a minute. I want to. Okay. So to live your life being directed by spirit. I'm seeing a little red thing. I don't know if somebody has a question. Yeah, my Facebook Medium page. That's right. When you are living your life connected and in that flow, and you're tending to your energy, the angels of the chakra system explained to me that it isn't the big convoluted thing that has been. I mean, you think about how many, it's Eastern. The whole idea of the chakra system is, Eastern, and the monks and all that. They've been doing that stuff for thousands and thousands of years with great amount of detail. My guides literally used the word hack. And they said, I kind of fought it. I said, that word is too trendy. People are going to think I'm making this shit up. And they said, the energy of the planet is moving so fast. And the veil between the dimensions is getting thinner and thinner. So we can do the hacks. They did, however, say that if you do one of the tips or tricks that you try and you're still not feeling all right, you need to know you go to the next level and you add some things in, and which might be, my guides have said, all I have to do is drop into my heart and think of my angel team with my intention and ask, please balance and clear my chakra system. And let that energy, the way I discussed it, going up and going down, let that energy flow. There's a little piece to that. When that energy is flowing, so I've shown you, this is the magic elixir, really, that breathe in, it goes up, breathe it in, it goes down, that cycle. Okay, that cycle is really important. When the energy goes up, you can know that it is alchemizing, it is releasing, and it's picking up codes, frequencies, knowings. It is doing what it needs to do for that energy. Then it comes back in, and your chakra system is doing all of that, alchemizing, releasing, and letting go. Then it goes to Mother Earth, who then alchemizes, and we pick up codes and we let go of codes and all, whatever for our highest good. Run that energy with your intention, knowing that it is doing work that you don't even see and understand, and we don't have to. I don't understand it. I just know that it happens, and it's what facilitates this. I am feeling they're right here, and I'm feeling like I want to bring through a light language blessing next, because the light language can go into all of us at whatever level we're able to allow it, at whatever layer of our onion that we're at. And the other really cool thing is there is no time. The guides know and the angels know every person who will ever watch this video, because the only moment is right now. They know every single heart that this will touch, because the only moment is the present moment. So if you are listening to this a couple of years from now, know that the guides are with you and working with you through this light language in exactly the way that you need it. And you just say yes in your heart. You open your heart. So we're going to start by just taking a few breaths of that beautiful energy in again. And then we're just going to say yes. And we are going to know that the light language is going to bring us what we need in this moment. Ayarozu como oriara miana kaziara katara. Aria mozokia ka moko riazi kiara mayana kodo oria manyana gumunzo omniana ganyoma onya manianya mana onya kochmana tiki. Anyamano o niana manyo o. Anya ziana yamanyo mono onya ma anyan manyo onga onza ma anyan manyo oni manyana manya. Ayazi kuk ozi agrima katara kata. Be it physical, be it spiritual, be it emotional. Let the light language settle into where it is needed. Ajira kamaka oya saka azoko umayana mozukiyara kamaka ozaka ariara kata. Aziara kati, reach into the four corners, Azia katara, for the frequency that will bring the highest good. Aziaka mazuko oria maniaka to oziki, Aziara kamata ariamako oziara katiara katara katiara moko oria maniana kata. Knowing that at the tiniest level within each of us, each of you, the tiniest level, let us use the word DNA because it is a word that the human will understand, the makeup of who you are as humans. The light language can come forth and change and deposit and withdraw into the makeup of who you are. And with your intention, if there are those things that you are wanting to release, be it judgments, be it self-criticism, be it anything on that continuum that is not serving you in this moment, we would suggest, dear ones, that you think of it, bring it up, and the energy of it, bring it into your mind with that intention that the light language will go into it and do what is necessary at this time. Aziara como o yamiana zikiara ka oko miziana katiara ka oko zika aka oko ika aka katoko oko tikimika akatika akato ukoto zika akato utu utikatra o atiki katoko tika tatoko tiki taka tukuti rakutuki aku kutika takatuki taka urukutika okatika tarukoto ukoto ikato tikika tarukoto I never know what's coming. The different dialects that you hear as the light language comes through is a tuning to the various needs and frequency that must be alchemized, released, or deposited at this time. Do not get too hung up on semantics, dear ones. Kelly tends to, when she hears those changes, it makes her a little out of balance. She knows that it is exactly what it is supposed to be. I'm going to ask what everyone needs for their highest good right now. Shikiara moko ori amanizi kiara kamatoroko omayana kaziara kamato oko oko di amaraziana kamako ori aziara kamako oziara kanamako tu. The journey on the road to self-love and acceptance is a windy and difficult path for the human. We shine the light through this one, beckoning you to that place, knowing that she must be beckoned as well. It is the agreement that you all set forth upon as you came forward into this life experience, that you would have the childhood doings that laid down those tapes. That was all part of the plan. And that as you evolved and awakened and remembered who you really are, you would know that that aspect of yourself must be excavated and nurtured and healed. So many feel the nudges and hear the whispers of their team. And quite quickly, because of their huge hearts, loving nature and loving heart, think, what am I to do to bring forward into the world the light that I feel in my heart? What am I to do? We would say to all of your kind and gentle and loving hearts that you must begin by shining the light onto yourself. That it is ultimately the object of the game, so to speak, for you to be able to sit within yourself with the tools to heal and release and nurture. Kelly is bringing through multiple times the process that we are coalescing within her to sit in that adult self, to be clear in the energy of the adult, and to then turn your adult self onto the child with a conversation, with encouragement, with exploration in the times that you have the time to do that. But this dialogue needs to be part of your everyday life. That the dialogue between me and me, so to speak, that it is the next level of awakening for the human to be completely integrated with themselves. We would say does not happen in this lifetime. Not completely. Kelly is in her mind going, what the hell? I am. I'm like, why? What's the object of the game then? Sorry about that. Use the same analogy, Kelly, as when you are thinking of why would you come forward if not for the journey? The human experience will create the practice times when you think you have it all figured out, and so many have experienced this exact thing, and life seems to be going along in a smooth and gentle way. And all of a sudden, the crap hits the fan, so to speak. And for a moment, you feel that you are back at the beginning, but you are not, dear ones. See the cycle of energy. See the cyclone that gets bigger and bigger and wider as it goes to the cosmos. This is the path you all are traveling with your intention and your work with yourself. So when the bad day happens, a perspective might come of the cyclone or the, what is the word for that? You guys know what I mean. It's like a funnel. The picture of that can come, and you can realize that for many, many years, you were way down here in the cycling energy, but now, dear ones, you are way, way up here. And yes, according to the length of your life, there is more and more and more to go. And that is the gift you will bring back, dear ones, when you cross the veil and you bring this beautiful learning and life energy and life lessons back to your wholeness that is your soul. You will bring these lessons back, and your soul will expand in a magnificent way. You are the leading edge, dear ones. You are the leading edge. So let us bring it back around to the basics of how do you love yourself? How do you find that relationship with yourself? We remind Kelly daily that third-party feeling, and not only with the inner child, the third-party feeling with all of the aspects of who you all are as individuals. Kelly this morning remembered in her counseling time the surly teenager that was identified as another aspect of her mind. And that teenager with their arms crossed across their chest and their grumpy, pissed off at the world attitude is another aspect that will rear its head that is different than this adult you. So when you have responses to life, you look at the beautiful, beautiful fractals that are all you, the fractals of the personality, the fractals of the spirit body, the esoteric body. This is all part of this incarnation. And if you are feeling a discordance, just turn to yourself and say, what is going on? Let's talk about this. And have the conversation that you would have with a beloved friend or a beloved family member. And give that reassurance. And give that nurturing when nurturing is needed. Give that, like they're showing me like sometimes we have to sit people down and just tell them the truth. And we might need to do that with ourselves as well. This morning, I was mad about something, and Kelly needed to accept the fact that you made that decision and now you're mad about it. Either make that decision or make that decision. And adult Kelly came through in my mind and said that at that time, that was the surly teenager that was coming through. And I'm like, well, shit, you got a point. And it lifted it because it puts the power into our hands. When we make these decisions consciously, it puts the power back into our hands. When adult Kelly says, you made a decision, Kelly Colleen, you're now going to have to live with it. And you go from there. And then it's like, well, you're right. I made this decision. It's up to me to deal with the consequences of it. Oh my goodness sakes, how are we doing, gang? That was pretty good. Does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask at this time? I think you can unmute yourself. Could somebody just try to see if it would work? Or do I need to unmute you? And if you would like to type in the chat a question. Oh, yes. Okay. I have a question. Okay. I'm going to read the question, but not say the name. I am a Black South African male. Welcome. Wow, that's so incredible. What is my soul seeking to understand at this time in my life with all that I'm going through now? So I'm not going to get, heavens, I'm not going to get personal about that, but I am going to talk about our soul's purpose because they talk about this all the time. So I got something in my eye. So I'm going to ask the guides. I'm putting in my mind right now, when we are finding roadblocks and circumstances in our life that are giving us trouble and causing us pain and causing us grief, is there something that we're trying to learn? Let me just give that a minute, and I'm going to bring the guides through. You must remember, dear ones, that you came forth with a very clear knowing of what you were signing up for. That if you chose a race, if you chose a disease, if you chose a nationality, if you chose a socioeconomical place that has within it challenges, those decisions were made on the other side. And you came forth knowing that it would create within your experience certain kinds of things. We have shown Kelly, for her sake of understanding, a conference table that isn't exactly right, but it gives the human a base of understanding. So you, as a soul getting ready to come forth to planet Earth, sit with others, part of your soul family. There would be counselors and educators and advisors all with you, all solely focused on your soul's expansion. And the conversation and the potentials will be discussed and conclusions will be come to. And you will then come forth into this experience with some predetermined things: race, disease at birth, deformities, that kind of thing at birth. Those kinds of things are predetermined. Your parents, if you were born to parents who were alcoholics, were drug addicts, were whatever, you chose that, darlings. You chose that. You came forth choosing much of that stuff for the exact expressed reason of figuring it out. Remembering that you are God. You are one with every aspect of consciousness, every blade of grass, every plant, every animal, every star, every entity that is non-physical and physical, you are one with. And your goal on this earth is to remember your way back and to shine the light of the present moment, to turn the light of this planet up from wherever you are. Okay, seeing some stuff. Oh goodness. Okay. I'm gonna go to, I'm struggling to figure out which voice is my own and which is spirit. Oh, testify. I get you there. Oh my God. I'm going to encourage you to buy my first book. It's called, I happen to have a copy. I can't find my other book, but it's called Redefining Faith. And it talks in detail about how I maneuvered the whole process of figuring it out. But for today, let me just sit with it just a second. Our brain is got parts, right? And there's a part of our brain that is our left brain, our ego side of our brain. That was part of our decision to become humans, was accepting we would have to live our turn on earth with those things, okay? And figure out how to deal with them. They're very needed. They're important. They are part of our day-to-day life. In order for me to do this, I had to do shit. I had to do stuff, right? That requires planning. And that's our left brain. If I were to be all just sitting in woo-woo and one with spirit all the time, I wouldn't be able to do any of this work that I'm sharing with you. You know, so we need the left side of our brain. So they've given me very clear stuff about how to know when a thought is ego and when a thought isn't ego. Let's start with that. When a thought is ego, if you are looking to the future with angst, anxiety, nervousness, it's of the ego. If you're looking behind you, if you're bringing thoughts of past deeds and misdeeds and actions and that you're feeling like shit about, it's the ego. The ego likes to keep us confused and off balance because the voice of the ego, it's only brought out when we want to use it, when the voice of spirit is reigning supreme in your mind. So if you ask a question and you're in your prayer time and you ask a question, people are always asking shoulds. Should I do blah, 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 blah. Number one, spirit doesn't deal in shoulds. There is no wrong decision. It is the beingness in the present moment is the object of the game. That's the object of the game. So there is no shoulds. It is just like with my fussing in my head this morning about Michael pushing me to go for my walk too soon. I'm going to post that video and you'll see it. I made a decision to go. I hadn't finished my coffee. I'm an adult. Nobody was making me. Line up with it. Find the joy in the present moment and line up with it. All right, I got a little off track with that. So now I'm coming back to it. I feel the voice of my guides back here. Now, do I know that everybody does? No, but I feel it back here. And it's always quick, and it's never terribly loud, and it is never ugly. It is never judgy. It is always that beautiful thought that just says, it's not cutting like butter. Oh, okay. I tried to work on Instagram this morning and we were trying a whole bunch of things with a blessed new friend of mine. And it wasn't cutting like butter. It was being hard. Okay, let it go. That voice started to whisper, this is winding you up. This isn't a good thing. Let it go. It's not time. It'll be time, but not right now. And that's the voice of spirit. And the other thing is to practice. Ask a question, get an answer, line up with the answer and act on the answer and see what the outcome is. If you are acting from your ego, you're going to figure that out. And then you'd be like, okay, now let's navigate a little different. But if it has anything to do with shoulda, woulda, couldas, if it has anything to do with any judgment of anything, be it a judgment of the moment, a judgment of the chair, a judgment of anything, it's not spirit. Spirit is bringing you to the present moment, to joy, to oneness. So that's about the best I can do. Let's see what else we got out here. Is it wrong to want lots of money so I have freedom? Shit, no. It is absolutely not wrong to want lots of money. My guides have told me, and I wish I had it. There's a funny quote in my book where they say to me, they're talking to me about charging money for doing what I do, which is difficult. And they have said, money is a wonderful thing. It buys you the things that make your life comfortable and easy and flowy. Money is fabulous. And they said, if this was a different time in history, we'd be talking about goats. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's right, we would. Why do we put our judgment onto money? That's ego. Ego saying, you and heal that inner child. Do you deserve to have money? Are you afraid? Like, did somebody lose a job? Was somebody stingy with their money? Go to the inner child, clean that up, heal that inner child around money, and then just be in the present moment, grateful for all the abundance that you have in this present moment, even if the only abundance you have is your breath. If you can find the frequency of abundance, then you will collapse the timeline that's in front of you that has abundance in it. And so let's talk about that frequency thing. Every moment, the work, if we're going to use the 4-letter word, the only work we need to do is to tend to our frequency in the present moment, because where we are vibrating, it's the law of attraction. Where we're vibrating is what we are bringing to us. So in every moment in time, they have shown me this there's so many pictures going in my head right now. In any moment in time, there are infinite. Think of Joe Dispenza's work when he talks about all the possibilities and probabilities. There are infinite possibilities and probabilities from this moment right now. Where I'm vibrating is the timeline that I'm going to bring to me. And then the next is that. And then the next is that. It's where you're vibrating moment by moment by moment. So if you want to do your abundance a favor, listen to what I'm talking about creating a relationship with you where you are loved and nurtured, and you are healing those aspects of the inner child, so that when you're in your present moment, you find it more often, and you can just find the beingness and the isness of the present moment. Unconditional being, unconditional isness. I'm going to do this and it's going to bring me happiness. No, baby doll, find your happiness and then that's going to come. That's exactly how it works. So I hope that answered. It is not wrong. And who the hell am I to tell you what's wrong anyway? I mean, just to say. Let's see, what else do we have? I think I told you how to manifest wealth. Is it destined before my decision to come to Earth? Asking, were you destined to be poor? You might be destined to not have a lot of money, but you are not destined to be poor in spirit. When you get to that place, I wonder if this is what I'm taping when I do this. When you get to the place that you are perfectly, joyfully, wonderfully content in this moment, all good stuff is going to come. And for those, I'm sure a lot of you have listened to Abraham Hicks. Remember when Esther would say, or that Abraham would say, you are so free you could choose bondage. And I never really understood that until now. Now I really get it. They are meaning that when you get to that place, that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is going on around you, that you know that it's all people playing out the play in front of you, doing their thing, learning their lessons, and so are you. And you're just able to kind of get, it's fifth dimension perspective. When you're able to do that, it doesn't really matter. But saying again, it doesn't matter. You can make all the wonderful abundance that you want. It's all right out there for you. As you were speaking light language, I saw the strange writing, sort of Chinese looking, but not, that shows up in my journaling. Could this be the way I receive light language? Oh my God, yes. You guys, people sing light language, they write light language. You go on YouTube and you will find lots of written light language stuff. Heidi, I remember you got a thing that you had somebody send you that was a symbol of light language. I haven't found that skill yet. I haven't tried for it either, though. But if you are seeing that, remember, it's the connection and the intention. Let it flow. When you are letting anything flow, let it flow. That's how spirit jumps on and just manifests through you. That's the wonder of it. Okay, let's see. When your soul departs, where does it go? And does it come back in some energy form? That's a really good question. When your soul departs. So I love Suzanne Gieseman's guides gave the best of this, and I'm going to use it. Suzanne Gieseman's guides said, think of consciousness like the ocean and think of your soul like a wave. Now think of a whole wave on an ocean, okay? And then think of all the tiny drops of water that are part of that wave. Every drop of water is a personality that will come forth to experiences, many, 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 many experiences, to learn and bring back to the oversoul. Let's use that word. That's as good a word as any to understand what we're talking about. To bring back to the oversoul whatever it needed to learn in this incarnation for the expansion of the oversoul. So your personality, now I'm a medium. One of the things I do is I can connect to the personality. So that energy of that personality, this gets very complicated, but it goes to time. There is no time. There are not past lives and future lives. All of your lives are happening right now, right in this moment. All of those fractals of your soul is coming down right now and living out different experiences all around whatever. So when the fractal that is Kelly goes back, the one thing that I have learned and I feel pretty clear about is that, and I know because I've met with some spirits that are still at this stage when they go across. They didn't do much work here on this side. And so I kind of think of it like kindergarten. They're over there surrounded by love and light, but they're going to go through a life review. And when they go through their life review, then all that can be assimilated into the oversoul will be, and what is the stuff that's not to be isn't. And if you didn't do any of your learning, we all know people that are just living very human lives. If you didn't learn anything down here, then that's no big deal either. You go back, it's like, oh shit, you didn't hit the ball on that, turn it back. Let's try again, and away you'll come again. So, but know that you're always met, no matter what your life experience is. You are met with love and light on the other side. And they are going to, just the way my guides do with me, they are going to love you and nurture you and tend to you until you're ready to go through your life review and to the next phase, whatever that is. I don't have much working knowledge of that. There's a lot of information out there, though. Doris Cannon and all kinds of things have got lots of information about it. But if I were to try to reach out to a loved one, that essence that is Kelly would be reachable if Kelly wanted to be reached. So it doesn't go away, even though it's all because there's no time. It's all happening right now. I know it's a lot to understand, and I think I'm gonna stop that question right there. I hope that didn't confuse people more than it helped. Oh, you're welcome to everybody. And fear is not spirit either. That is absolutely right. Aside from imagining our current selves comforting our younger, wounded inner child, what are some examples of how to heal that inner child, especially when triggers happen in real time? I would say, to answer that question, I hope you guys heard all that. It's like, so how do we heal? How do we work with our inner child? I'm putting lots of stuff out on my YouTube channel. You sit in the space of your adult, you tend to and love and nurture that child until there isn't that issue anymore. The trigger will happen because you feel not enoughness and not good enough. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. And so you just validate, you have a conversation. In my second book, I transcribe an actual whole thing on how to heal the inner child and talking to them and how to, just like if you were to pick a little one up on your lap right now as an adult and they were telling you something that was hard, you'd say, tell me how you feel, honey. Tell me how you feel. What can I do to help you? Boy, I understand. You validate, and let them express, because we were not heard or seen as a child. And we need to be heard and seen. And so even for Kelly to turn her face onto Kelly and hear me and see me and love me, there is such great, great value in that. So I can't stress that enough. And I do have some videos out there. I'll be putting lots more videos out there. And I'll take this moment, actually, because of a great friend that helped me, I have now been able to put onto my Kelly Bowker Medium page, which is a Facebook page. Plus, I invite you all to friend me on my Kelly Newt Bowker page. I welcome you to do that. On that page, I now have a link to a thing that will help you to make an appointment with me if you want to make a one-to-one appointment. It's got the pricing right there. There's a link that you can click on that will take you, show you how to do PayPal with me. So it makes it easier. And because I've seen in the last week and a half or 2 weeks, I'm spending a great deal of time figuring out time zones. Holy crap on a cracker. Not easy at all. So I invite all of you. And please, if you haven't, because this is so weird, it's that getting on the scale thing. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel and you feel blessed at all by our interactions, please subscribe. I want to hit 300 and I'm really, really close. So let's see. Since our spirit body is always perfect, how can we integrate its perfection into the physical body in order to heal the physical body? I am going to have to ask the guides that. I'm going to read it out loud so everyone hears it again. Since our spirit body is always perfect, how can we integrate its perfection into the physical body in order to heal the physical body? Okay. I don't have a friggin' clue, so I'm going to ask the guides. How does the energetic body integrate with our physical body to facilitate healing? The physical body experiences disruptions and disease, dis-ease, many times due to the fluctuation of the energetic signature of the person. We showed Kelly just yesterday when she was thinking about her physical body, and she did one of her YouTube videos about it. And we dropped into her mind. It is no wonder how often the human is ill when we are energetically beating up on our physicality all of the time. Your esoteric energy body is it's all one, but it is a layer that very easily feels the nudges. It is that layer that is just on top of the human apparatus. So always sensitive, trying to pull you to that positive frequency. Utilize the tools, dear one, that this one has shared, and clean up your frequency as often as you can, knowing it will be a practice and you will do well and you will not. When you do not, let it flow away. Don't let it create any more energy. Come right back to the present moment and raise that frequency up. This is the truth of your planet, dear ones. It is so simple, and yet it is so complex. There are those instances when agreements might have been made around the way someone perhaps will die, or the battles with diseases that happen. Some of those things are sometimes predetermined, pre-agreed on is a good way to say. But when the individual is sitting in that space of knowing, of unconditional okayness, then whatever is going on in their life doesn't matter, because they know it is all working out for the highest good. So the bump, instead of being a bump that is this big, might only be this big, and the energy can be brought back from it. I hope that answered it. I feel like it was an attempt. What is the difference between speaking in tongues and light language? I don't believe anything. I spoke in tongues when I was in my early 20s, because I was in the Pentecostal church, they called it being slayed in the spirit, which meant I got into, now I know, an altered state of blending my heart with the heart of source energy. And I was so open. They planted the seed that it was possible, and I allowed it to come through. But at the time, it was in my 20s, and this is in my first book, it was associated with the dogma of official religion. And I had to move away from it. I had to pull away from it. So, but there is no difference. Something that I found out in my journey, I started channeling the first time in January of 2022. And I went back and listened to that sometime in the summer after the light language had come through. There was light language in that. And I didn't even know. I was so altered by the energy and so overwhelmed, I didn't even realize I was speaking light language. So let it, and I will say, because people are interested in how to develop this, in the same way that automatic writing, you let yourself just start writing words. Old MacDonald had a farm, just start writing, and pretty soon your hand is going to take over. It's the same way with channeling or with light language. Let it just start. Get into that altered state, that meditative state where your heart is full of love, and then just start blah, 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 blah. Just start blah, 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 because your lips are moving, your voice is engaged, and you will feel your consciousness. You try to move your consciousness so it's not listening. I know that sounds funny, but when you listen, you're like, oh. So try to not listen. Let it go, whatever you're pretending. And then pretty soon there's going to be some energy to it. And you're going to be like, oh my heavens, I'm not doing that. That's coming through. That's the best I can do to explain that. I hope these answers, oops, that's not what I want. I hope my answers are doing okay. Okay, what am I have to chat? How do we activate our channeling light language and drawing light codes? How do we activate it? I think I really just spoke to that. You know, meditation is very important. Meditation is very, very important. So, and also, you know what they just dropped into my mind? Ask. Our team is right there waiting to ask us waiting for us to ask them to help them. So ask, you guys. Sit in your prayer time or your meditation time. I would always start, and that would help me channel. In the beginning, I'd put my phone on my chest, I'd press the voice recorder, and I would start with my prayer. Thank you, Father, for this day. I pray to Father. I didn't for a lot of years because I was too evolved to pray like I did when I was a child. Now they have said, anything that opens that connection is the right thing. If you want to pray to the hydrangea and that makes your heart open, pray to the hydrangea. It makes no friggin' difference. Open your heart. That's what makes a difference. So you just open your heart, you let that energy start to flow, and I start with prayer. Thank you for this day. Thank you. Let me be the best version of myself. Let me be worthy. Oh my God, let me be worthy. I cry that to the universe all the time. I so want to be worthy to bring this through. And that's my little girl that feels I get teary-eyed when I even say the word worthy. That is still my inner child that didn't feel wanted. And it blows my mind that I have beautiful people like you all that actually do want me and want to hear what I have to say. So I feel so blessed. I just can't even tell you. Oh my goodness. Overwhelming, truly. We do have enough time for another question or two. I've got a question about demonstrating the Wim Hof breathing, and I'm going to say no to that because there are, if you YouTube Wim Hof breathing, you will get, they're typically 15 minutes and you do 3 rounds in 15 minutes. And that's where I started. So start there. And then when you get the woo feeling, you stretch that time. I would pause the YouTube video and I'd ride that out a little bit. Then I would do the next one. And then I also at the time was studying Joe Dispenza. And I'm telling you that even saying the word, that's why he says it so weirdly, space, the space in your head, the space in your chest, the space in the room, connecting to space. Where is consciousness, you guys? Consciousness is the space that's around all the stuff and in the stuff and all that too. But that's how you find consciousness. So yeah, you'll find great things around the Wim Hof, and I definitely recommend him. I am not seeing anything more. Does anybody have anything else? Did I miss anything? I tried to read down through, but I think I got them all. I'm not seeing any more questions. So we've been about an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna give another light language blessing. Oh, I get one more thing. Just a second. I have a question that says ET connection as guides. And to that, I would say that what I have learned is that there is way more to this world, Horatio, than is dreamt of in your philosophy. And I know I open my heart and I open my mind to all non-physical that is there to help my highest good. And I am completely okay with whatever that means. And I think that's part of all of our journeys. And yeah, but everyone's at a different place with that. I will absolutely end with a light language blessing to whoever said that. And does Spirit have anything to say about plant medicine? Oh my goodness. Oh, the spirit of Mother Earth just like that right through me when I read that. Oh, I want to see what the guides have to say. It is the intention behind all of it. When you connect to Mother Earth and you have facilitated that beautiful relationship and that beautiful love that you have for Mother Earth, and you tend with love and intention to Mother Earth, and you are grateful when she brings forth wonderful, miraculous things, and you utilize the beautiful connection and brain that you have to learn and concoct and manifest with those wonderful abundance that she has brought forth for the human race. It brings her such joy. Her heart expands. I can just feel the welling of just beautiful, beautiful love and emotion from Mother Earth in this moment. That is one of the greatest ways that we can show her our love, is by utilizing what she has brought forth to serve mankind. So I'm thinking that's a great big yes. She is a lot of wonderful wonderfulness about plant medicine. Oh, goodness sakes. All right, we'll do a little thank you so much, Catherine, for the, and I will take just a minute and just say thank you all. I'm sure that you all have been part of the people that are messaging on my videos and watching my videos and sending me so much love and support. I so appreciate it. My husband and I have talked, and I'm braced for the time that I get the negative one, which I'm bound to get eventually. But I think I'm going to be okay with that. The Kelly of a year ago, probably not. But the Kelly of today, I believe I am. And recommend me. Lots of faces I'm seeing and names I'm seeing are people that I've met with. Recommend me to friends. Some of you already have, and I appreciate that. The one-to-one is a valuable experience, I believe. People certainly make me think that it is. So yeah, I'm overwhelmed, honestly. I'm overwhelmed at the relationship that this community is creating. And I feel like it's a community. And I feel as my guides give me things, I will be bringing it forward. And they repeat themselves, and I have no control over that. They are going to beat the drum of the inner child work. I know it, because that is where it starts. You can't shine your light. It's like how you turn the light bulb on is by doing that internal work. And it is a pain in the ass, and it is, yeah. Okay, good. No more questions. I'm going to bring through the light language. So let's set our intention with this light language blessing. I'm going to reach across all dimensions, across all timelines. Oh, no, they want me to, sorry, not just yet. We often bring through her the visual of reaching out in time and space and dimension and realms, timelines and incarnations. The angel team that is part of us brought that through into Kelly's book. This was a new concept for her. We would bring it forth in this time to validate the power that you have in the present moment when you utilize your intention and you reach it across all of that you are affecting all timelines. You are turning the light up in all dimensions. It is a concept that is difficult for the human to wrap their mind around, but it is part of the teaching that we are bringing forward. So as we go into the light language blessing, we would bring through Kelly to reach her energy far to the four corners, far to the frequencies for the highest good for all that are in this moment in time and all moments in time, across all dimensions, all timelines, all incarnations, all realms. We bring this light language forward as a blessing for you. Aziara kama oriana mizikiara moko oziata kikata ta omanyana katsikata oko tikata komoto azikiara komotoro komiana kormiana kato. Oja kiara monia mi kiana makoko sikiara tu. Kiara ziama koni yamana koto siara mongoyati. Zikira moya na motuzia tara como ti ania moto oza kare miana kata ozia kare kiana kata ti kara kamoto aria matata, connecting all of our hearts. Aria mnyono kozia ara kiata tia zozi miana kap miana ko oko zikika kata tuko ato uto kiar ko to sukota uko utia zikiar ko to katar kiar zikata katikata ko to aziar kat ko sukuti kata tikata ko mutakti kata ko to tikata ko mutiki takata ko mutita azar kiar ko to aziar kamata Ariadi karamoto tiara moto. Aria matia siara moyara yaziara tiata to. Knowing that they are all with us, knowing they are all present. Aria monia mozikiara koto. Azika nudging you forward, dear ones. Aria monio kozikiara. Oria miana konoziara. Kotia tatuta. Azi kiara como coco. Arikia. And we are done. Thank you all so much. This has been great fun. Appreciate all of you. And I don't even know what to go from there. You are all so very welcome. You are all so very, very welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to say goodbye.